Haha! Hello, hello! It's Maria again from the Women Entrepreneur Club. And today I'm with Allison from DailyOutfit.
Hi!
And we've met, I think, 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Online we found each other.
Yeah.
We had a Skype call and we immediately hit it off because we're both very strong on women empowerment and doing it our own way, so being authentic. And therefore I really wanted to interview you because I'm curious how she does business her own way, and I wanted to share it with you. So therefore we're here today and in Leiden, where you live.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about how Allison has found her own way of doing business and how she's keeping it fun, light, and well, sometimes it's not so fun, but then still keep the flow going.
Keeping it real.
Yeah. So I wonder, well, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's great. How did you find your own way of doing business?
For me, it was really when I would get into the dressing room or get into a woman's very intimate space of her own bedroom.
Yeah.
And
because what you do.
Right. Because I'm a personal style coach,
yes.
But I started out, I got my image consultancy training and became a personal stylist for people. And when I got into that intimate space of the closet or the dressing room, I realized that the women themselves did not have a vision for who they wanted to be, and that was completely lacking. And so I went looking for it, went looking for a book, went looking for some sort of method to create personal style, to help women create their own personal style. Just didn't find it. So
because it was different than what you got taught in the training to be a stylist.
Yes. So basically what personal style coaches, if there are any, I don't even know, or personal stylists will tell you is you can become like a classic or a city chic or boho or like a mix of the two, and there's sort of these archetypes of how you can dress, and that felt very cookie cutter to me. Yeah. And just sort of from the fashion mindset of like, we're going to tell you how to be. Yeah. And I just didn't like that.
You adopt a style and then you find clothes to match that, and that's who you are.
But of course it's not. Yeah. It doesn't in any way, shape or form encapsulate each individual woman and what she can become. Yeah. You know, so I found it condescending and patronizing and just kind of rude. Yeah. and probably the people you work with didn't make it really make them happy to fit into a box. Sorry, we just got interrupted by a phone call.
What
Absolutely
happened?
not. And one of the reasons that they found me was because they were looking for something more. And I wanted to help them bring what was amazing about them on the inside out, because people judge you anyway. Yeah. And so I really felt strongly that if people are going to judge you, it should be in line with who you want to be. You know, and then you can set the intention and you set the tone for how the world sees you. Yeah. So these were women who hadn't found that and were similarly insulted by being told, you know, you can be boho and a little bit of city chic. No, I mean.
So how do you bring out the true authenticity of each woman? How do you bring it out when it's not like obvious to?
Well, I created a system that allows you to use color and cut and texture, and so that you're putting all of these pieces together in alignment with your core values. So all of these core values that you have, these adjectives that describe you, can be translated into style language, I call it.
Okay.
And,
so it's not just the colors that suit you and the shapes, but it's also what you stand for and what you believe. Yeah. And I think that's where you are really unique in what you do. Yes. Yeah. And I think you should do more of it because I love it.
Thank you. Thanks. Yeah, me too.
Cool. So now we talked about how you, what's your different way of doing business, but how did you find out what your business, like, how did you find out that that's the business you wanted to do? Because there's lots of women that have a talent and they work in a corporation and they think, yeah, it's not what I want to do, but
Right.
if I work for myself, how do I want to do it? Like,
Yeah.
it's difficult when
Yeah.
you have all the freedom in the world. Where do you start?
It's
Hi, Rachel. Nice to see you.
I think is a combination of a couple of things. I saw that there was a lack, but I had already started down the path of training to be a stylist. And part of the reason that I did that was because people came to me, my friends and my family, to do it for them and with them. And it was something that I was able to do. So when
So you were doing it
I was
and
doing
finding it out as
Yeah.
you went along. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I saw that there was that lack. How I got into doing it in the first place is that I had the opportunity to leave the corporate world, and I took it, and then I reached out to my network and I said, okay, if you've ever wanted to tell me what to do, now's the time.
Yeah.
And so then I
think that's really brave.
well, I don't like getting a lot of feedback, so I figured, I don't like people telling me what to do, so I thought, if this is one situation where I really could use some help.
Do it now. Or hold your, what do you
Exactly.
say?
Speak now or hold your peace.
It's forever,
Yeah, when you're getting married. Yeah.
Okay, so you got feedback and you went from there.
Yes.
And I think that's a really good starting point if you want to have your own business. Just start doing, even though you don't know where you want to go and you don't know exactly how you want to do it, but just make a move and see what happens.
Yeah, and we were talking about that with the confidence piece, because of course it's very scary to start your own business. And one of the things that I did is I just tested and tested and tested. And every time I got that imposter syndrome or that inner critic, I could go back and look at a testimonial, or I could think about a client I'd worked with, or I could see, what worked with her and use it for the next person, and just keep doing it and create a portfolio of success and celebrate each and every one. Yes.
Yeah, keep it at hand and because how do you keep the flow in your business? How do you keep going? One of the things that we talked about before we started the interview was exactly that you treasure your success.
Yes, absolutely. And I think for me also it's very much about just having life in very clear planes. So people like to say women are really good multitaskers. I'm sorry.
You're a busy lady.
But I am not. I'm actually a terrible multitasker. I'm just going to turn my phone off. Sorry, I should have done that. Housekeeping before we started. And so for me, I'm mommy on one day, and I'm an entrepreneur on the other day. And if there's a great event that's happening on my mommy day, I don't go.
Yeah.
Very,
very clear on your choices.
And, no regrets, because then I can be totally present. I'm not trying to be a mom and be an entrepreneur on the same day. I have a babysitter, and I trust her or him, and, I let that piece go. And then I go back to being a mom the next day, or, however the schedule goes.
So does this help you to give you peace of mind
Absolutely.
in whatever you do?
Yeah.
And then focus.
Because for me, I'm full on. So, I don't want to be distracted by anything. I just want to go for it. And that's the way I love to be. And so I realized that if I'm going to be full on, then I have to choose a role each day. It's the only way that it's really worked for me. I've tried everything, and it's great. I love it.
Oh, great. And are there any other things you do to be strong and resilient when challenges are on your
Absolutely.
path?
Yeah.
What do you do?
Meditation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whenever
do you
I
do
get
it daily?
scared, I have a guided meditation. I have hypnosis also that I got from a coach of mine. So whenever I get scared or I'm worried or I'm not feeling like things are going right, I just go back to center and get really clear on, the life I want to lead, and remind myself to stay calm and focused, and then I can go back to being all in. Writing down my goals is also one that really works for me.
Okay.
And keeping them visible and making them doable.
Yeah, so breaking
Also
them
very
down
important. Yeah.
to daily. Do you break them down to daily tasks?
Well, I do that in Asana in terms of project management, but for my goals, I write down what I think I can accomplish in the year, and I keep it very conservative, And, you know, if I think I can accomplish it, great. And if I accomplish it, fine, I'll come up with another one. But I'd rather keep it small and doable and celebrate it and then move on than be like, oh my God, I still haven't, you know, whatever it is. So, you know, last year it was my book. This year it's my website and moving. You know, next year, who knows? But I know I can do these things. And so I'm just going to do it.
Yeah. What's your bigger vision? Like, what would you love to achieve or bring to this world? Sorry, we didn't mention this before, but I was just curious.
It's my guiding light. For me, it's all about helping women become visible as who they are, to step into that next level of power, whether it's in office or in the C-suite or, you know, as a fantastic mom or whatever it is that you want for your life, to make that happen. And to not feel held back by anything inside or outside of you, but just, to be able to go ahead and do it.
Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah.
And that's why we connect so well, because it aligns with what I feel. I see Susan has a question. I'm going through that a little right now, the roles. Right now I'm mama, but I want to see this. Oh, thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, Susan and I have talked about this a lot, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so it's difficult.
It is.
But it takes practice. And if you do it, it will pay off.
Well, and I also think it's so important, you know, if you do have a partner, to also pull him or her into this equation.
Yeah.
We can't all do it ourselves. And if you don't have a partner, then, you know, build a community where you can, because, I mean, the reason I'm getting phone calls right now is because I have to figure out how to get my son to football later. You know, I mean, this is daily, and it interrupts everything. And, you know, you got to be able to roll with it.
Yeah, and I think dare to ask.
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
Definitely.
Ask, be clear on what you want and ask for it.
Right.
Yeah.
And don't beat yourself up if you can't.
Yeah.
You know, if he doesn't make it to football, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, he does have to get picked up from school.
It's a different training.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I have a clear idea of how you do business and how you are keeping your business going.
Yeah.
And I love to see more of it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You too.
And Allison has a great video series on her website. So if you subscribe, you can get 3 videos to get you going on personal style.
I call it my personal style starter series. Yeah. And it's you get the videos and some other articles that I've written and a radio interview and all sorts of good stuff to really give you a sense of how it is that I approach this and how you can start applying this in your day-to-day.
Yeah. So that's good stuff. Susan, yes we have. Do you have a method for mapping out your goals?
Oh, I literally write them down on a card.
Yeah. Do you do it at the end of the year? Is that do you have a certain
I do. Well, I do it at the beginning of the year. So at the end of the year, I kind of wrap up what I tried to achieve that year and celebrate what I've achieved.
Yeah.
And then my phone is going crazy. And then at the beginning of the year, I think, okay, you know, after taking my holiday and kind of getting a blank slate, what is it that I'm trying to do this year?
Yeah.
And then I keep it. I try not to have more than 4 big goals. You know, try to have one be kind of a reach, but still that I think I can do.
Yeah. Okay.
I hope that helps.
Great. We're going to wrap it up, and thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Let me give you a hug, and thank you for watching. If you are a solopreneur and you like to have some backup support, the We Club offers team working. It's a great program. Allison has visited us as an expert.
Really great.
So you get a team of wonderful women around you, so you don't have to do all the work by yourself. And we also are testing we call it the We Rise Early challenge. It's to craft your own morning ritual or routine, because that will pay off the rest of the day. If you get on a good start, then it will fuel you for the rest of the day. So if you're interested, leave a comment and I will get in touch. All right, lovely ladies. See you next time.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.